make a confession to my husband, and it was really difficult for me. We've been married for almost 11 years, and thank you for the 2 clappers. And this is something I've been struggling with kind of on and off our whole marriage. In my defense, part of the problem is we have drastically different bedtimes. My ADHD brain doesn't turn on until midnight, but by 8:30, he's in bed with a face mask scrolling Zillow. And that's problematic for me because I'm left alone, bored, needy, nothing really to do but scroll my own phone. And, I'll admit I have a problem, but in my husband's defense, he's pretty progressive about it. He doesn't mind, what I'm doing, what I'm viewing, unless money gets involved. He's got a look but don't touch mindset. And I'm not proud of this, but a few weeks ago I was vulnerable. I got caught up in a moment of weakness, and yeah, I did it. I donated to Wikipedia. And, like I said, I'm not proud. I didn't go into this expecting to become a philanthropist, but when I got that email from the CEO of Wikipedia herself telling me that Wikipedia would have literally shut down that night before my $3.10 donation, all the shame went out the window. There's another stressor in our marriage recently, and that has to do with our 9-year-old son. And really the problem is fundamentally in every way, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, morally, autistically, he is better than we are. The other morning at breakfast, in between bites of cereal, he looks up and says, "Mama, have you asked for forgiveness from Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, for the unpleasant tone of voice you used on my little brothers last evening?" Whoa. Sorry, bud, I'm still working on the list you gave me last week. We're gonna have to wait on that one. There's really not a guidebook for what to do when your 9-year-old child thinks you're a heathen. Things really came to a head the other night when he asked Alexa to play Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, which is unironically and unfortunately his current favorite song. And as I'm getting rickrolled by Alexa, I notice that her voice has changed. There's been like a software update or something, and I told her I did not like her tone of voice. And I've never seen a look quite like it on my son's face. It was more than just disgust, it was pure disappointment. He wouldn't even look me in the eye until I wrote an apology letter to Alexa, and I actually have a 2-page essay on the impacts of bullying on AI mental health due next week. But I'll do it. I'll do anything for my kids. I'll also do anything for Taylor Swift. Back in 2018, I received an email from Taylor Swift fan watch party at watchparty.eventmail.mail.clicknow. And I know what you're thinking. Very official sounding email. I have to admit I was a little suspicious, but also nosy. So I clicked on that email, and it was inviting me to a secret Taylor Swift party that was going to be happening the next week. And it said to please kindly keep this invitation a secret, and that I would be going to a secret location to listen to Taylor Swift music and eat snacks, which honestly was already kind of a typical Tuesday night for me. The email said that I needed to meet them in the back alley of the AT&T store downtown, or then they would whisk me away to this secret location. And for context, by the way, at no point did the email identify who they were that was going to be taking me to this party. And at the end of the email, there was a link that said, click here to RSVP. Now, if my grandma called me and asked me what she should do if she got this email, I would tell her, don't click on anything. Definitely don't give them any personal information, and to be safe, just like delete the email, change your password, delete Facebook, I don't know, but just cover all your bases. But given that I will do anything for Taylor Swift, and I apparently have zero self-preservation skills, I RSVP'd immediately. And I told my husband about the party, and I was like, I am either going to meet Taylor Swift tonight, or I'm driving myself to my own kidnapping. Either way, if I'm not home by 2 a.m., please call the cops. I even took a picture of what I was wearing because I knew he would not remember when the cops asked him. So I show up to the back alley of the AT&T store, and there's a woman there telling me I have to give her my phone before I get in the van and go to the party. And I was in law school at the time, so I was like, I've got this. Actually, I have a 2-year-old son at home, so if there's an emergency, my husband's going to need to get in touch with me, so I need to keep my phone. I understand you got to take everyone else's, but I'll keep mine. And she totally understood. She told me to give her the phone or get out. And so I texted my husband goodbye, and I got in the van, and I thankfully was not kidnapped, and I did meet Taylor Swift that night. Yes, great honor. It's a good thing, though, because when I got home at 3 in the morning, my husband was sound asleep. I would still be missing, but for Taylor Swift, she kind of saved my life. But thank you, everyone.